Welcome back to Impact the World. Research isn't limited to textbooks and beakers and microscopes. Sometimes scientific equations just don't apply. At Michigan State, there is a program that is improving lives through research best captured on foot and analyzed in the heart.
I'm afraid to say that the world and America is still very confused about urban communities as to what to do. I'm proud to say I go places that a lot of folks, a lot of academicians wouldn't think about. And that's what I'm supposed to do. That's my calling.
Michigan State sociology professor Dr. Carl Taylor is a true Spartan. Having graduated from Michigan State University in 1971 and received his PhD in 1980.
We wanted an individual to be a force, not simply in talking about urban youth and the issues around urban youth, but to have a knowledge base that could bend the trajectory positively for those kids. And Carl's that person.
To have somebody on the collegiate level who wants to actually branch out, not just teach a class, but actually wants to get involved with helping, is wonderful.
For over 30 years, Dr. Taylor has served as a professor, a novelist, and a pillar in the urban communities of Michigan. Yet his true crusade is to encourage his students to become difference makers.
Where do we drop the ball to begin to look out for our fellow man?
His goal is to make us think about ourselves. And why are we so into ourselves? Everything is just about me. Why don't you think about the person next to you?
For him to be doing what he's doing makes me want to not only assist him, but follow right behind what he's doing.
It really makes me look inside and say, what am I doing for this class? What am I doing for the university? What am I doing for the world?
We do not want to ignore our humanity.
Scores of Michigan State students have been moved to action by the teachings of Dr. Taylor, including Spartan basketball legend Mateen Cleaves.
When I was in school, he would have us talk to younger kids that was getting in trouble, and I'm thankful to be able to be a part of a guy like Dr. Taylor, man, because he does so much for all of Michigan. He travels the world and go to these neighborhoods and is well respected. You know, we call it a hood pass. He can go anywhere in America and go to any neighborhoods and he's respected.
Recently, Dr. Taylor and the former Spartan great joined forces and returned to Cleve's hometown of Flint, Michigan, a city devastated by the downturn in the automobile industry.
I don't want to see anyone suffer as I did in these abandoned houses. That's just not acceptable.
So how much have you been cut?
We met with the police chief, and he came out and said that he had 120 police officers. If you have 120 police in a city with a distressed economy, you don't need to be a criminologist to understand that crime is going to go up, even when you're in your house.
It's a really eye-opening experience compared to, being in class, seeing the boarded up houses and just, hearing gunshots.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, can you imagine gunshots? That's every day.
This is a different world we're living in, and it's spreading more and more.
We looked at how the infrastructure had broken down. We're waiting to hear sirens. We're waiting to see some neighbors or someone yell out. What we found out yesterday was what? It's a day in the life.
We need more policemen in these communities, especially in Flint, man. These guys.
Anytime I get someone that's going to come in and give us a positive message about Flint and what we need to do as citizens in the city of Flint, I welcome it.
The grim economic reality in Flint has left many children there with little or no hope.
What y'all think y'all gonna do when you grow up if you ain't going to school or doing that? It's Tuesday at noon. My first question was, why are you not in school? I ain't like school, and I ain't gonna sit up here and tell y'all I like school. But I was smart enough to know I needed it to get where I was trying to go. They look up to the drug dealers. They look up to the gangbangers. They look up to a guy that's just getting released from prison. Some of them, they don't have the influences. So that's why guys like myself and some of the other athletes and some of the other influential people from Flint need to continue to come to these neighborhoods and give back.
Part of my work is to insist upon them that you must have real skills. Breaking in people's houses is not a skill. We need training and we need education. And without that, we're finished, we're lost.
Dr. Taylor and Cleves both know that a key element in helping these children in need is to connect with them early in their life.
I spend time at the Boys and Girls Club. I want to keep them aware of what's going on in the community because I tell the kids that you're the future. You're the people who's going to run this country. It's crazy to keep seeing these senseless killings. And y'all, everybody in this room, I'm pretty sure, know somebody that got killed. We're going to have to stop this madness. Anybody got any suggestions?
Say no to drugs.
That's big.
I say actually you can employ more policemen.
My big recommendation is when someone else is being violent and acting foolish that you go the other way. That's real important. And that you get to enjoy your young lives. I miss seeing children that are able to enjoy being a child. I had a great childhood. Do you understand? And when you're robbed of your childhood, it sucks. So I think, it may not be the most academic word, but it does.
These kids go through their lives and it's so hard. It's so hard. These neighborhoods, they don't know who to trust. To be able to gain these kids' trust, that means the world to me. This is a doctor. A doctor came straight from the inner city in the neighborhood that went on and used education. That's why I be on you guys so much about reading.
Having somebody like Dr. Taylor, who had such a polarizing influence on the team, to be able to share that with these kids, I think is amazing. To me, it ingrains the fact that this is what you get with higher education.
One universal truth will continue to motivate Dr. Taylor in his lifelong quest to cure the ills of urban communities. Take action.
To use a trite phrase, he's a game changer. He sees that he is incomplete unless he can make a difference in the lives of the students and the individuals that he studies.
I'm a nursing major, so now I kind of want to work in a hospital that's in Detroit or Flint or somewhere around here that I can really help out a community like this because they need help.
Without Dr. Taylor, it would be more killings, it would be more senseless crimes, it would be more poverty. He's a hero. So with Dr. Taylor, this world is definitely a better place.
We have a normalization of ignorance and violence in this nation that we're all responsible for. You ask me what I want us to step up. That's what we do. Stop pointing the finger. Everyone has to step up.